Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Joe, and today's video I am shooting in a cottage on Prince Edward Island. I'm taking a little vacation. So in today's video, what I want to do is show you 3 important grammar points and give you a chance to practice that grammar. One of the biggest problems that students have after they learn grammar is they forget it because they don't practice it enough. So in this video, I'm going to teach it and give you an opportunity to listen to 3 funny stories and practice that grammar down below or sending me messages on Instagram. All right, let's do it. So the first grammar point that I want to talk about has to do with vacations. Sometimes students use this word incorrectly. They say things like go to vacation, go to trip, or go to travel. All of which are wrong, all of which sound terrible. You can say go on a trip, go on a vacation, go on vacation, or take a vacation. All right? Those are the right ways to say it. Okay? Number 2, the second grammar point that students mix up have to do with the prepositions in and to. So whenever we ask somebody, have you ever been, and then you're talking about a city or a country. Sometimes students ask, have you ever been in England? Have you ever been in France? And that's incorrect. We don't say it that way. What you should say is, have you ever been to England? Have you ever been to France? If you want to use the word in, we use it when we're talking about a length of time. So imagine if you and I met in London, England, and you wanted to know how long I had been in the city. You say, oh, Joe, how long have you been in London? Oh, I've been in London for 3 days. I'm going home tomorrow. All right, that's how we use in. But if you're talking about, have you ever been to a country, remember to. Okay? And the third important grammar point that I want you to remember, and I hear this mistake so often, students will say, thanks God. It's wrong, it sounds bad, it's very incorrect. What you should say is, thank God. Okay? When you say the word thanks, you're talking to the person. So if your friend John gave you a birthday present, you'd, hey, thanks, John. But if John does a favor for you, but he's not there at the moment, but you're telling it to somebody else, I say, oh, who washed your car? Oh, thank John for that, meaning John did it. Okay? So whenever you want to say, hey, it was beautiful weather this weekend, thank God. Right? You're not talking to God, you're talking about God. Okay? So you can also say thanks to, but you're still not talking to me. You'd say, thanks to Joe, we are able to learn this grammar point. If you're talking to me, just say, thanks, Joe. All right. Now those are the 3 grammar points. Okay? Now we're going to get to practice them. But before you practice them, I want to give you a secret code. And my regular students will understand this. What you do with the secret code is you send it to me on Instagram at Teacher Joe Crossman. And then I know that you've been this far in the video and I should help you more. Okay? So the first secret code is, I've been to England 2 or 3 times. Okay? Write that in a message and send it to me on Instagram. All right? So now here is a story And here is a story and then some questions afterwards. Here's the first story. This one's called Driving with Dave. So I have a really good friend named Dave, and one winter night, a January night, we were going to our common friend Chris's house to watch an important football game, American football game. That night there was a big snowstorm, okay, which is common in Canada. We get lots of snowstorms in the winter. We were driving down the highway towards Chris's house. Coming the other way was a plow, a snow plow. So that's a big machine that moves the snow. They're very big. We're driving a small car. Unfortunately, Dave has old tires on his car. Not new, wonderful winter tires, but old tires. So he was very scared that we were going to get hit by the plow because it was so big. The highway wasn't very wide. But thank God we didn't die. The plow went past us and we were safe. All right? Now, here are some questions for that story. Question number 1. Who was I with? All right? Now try to answer these questions in full sentences down below or send them to me on Instagram. So the first one, who was I with? Number 2, what was the weather like? And number 3, what did we say after the plow passed us? Okay? Write those down. That'll give you some practice with that grammar point. Let's move on to our second story. The second story is called Went to New York. In 2016, my family and I went to New York City. It was amazing. Just like you see in videos and movies and TV, it's an incredible city. Lots of things to see, lots of things to do. Every morning, I got up early and I went walking the area from Central Park all the way down to Times Square. I loved watching the city wake up. Okay? We also went to some of the best museums in the world, and we saw 2 Broadway plays. Fantastic. If you ever get a chance to visit New York, do it. Great city. Okay? Now, here are the questions for that so you can practice your grammar. Try to answer in full sentences. Where did we go? What did I do each morning? And what did we see on Broadway? Okay? See if you can answer those questions. And here's our last story. This one's called PEI Mini Vacation. All right. So this weekend is a long weekend in my country. So we went to PEI. PEI stands for Prince Edward Island. This is an island and the smallest province in Canada. It was the first time I was able to visit my brother since 2019 because of the pandemic. So we have had a wonderful time. Now here's the questions. See if you can answer these questions. Try to write full sentences. Question 1. What did I go on this weekend? Number 2. Who did I want to see? And number 3, when was the last time I had been there? Okay? I'm glad you made it this far. Now, here is the second secret code. And the secret code is, Dave and I didn't die. All right? So write that in a message to me. Send it to my Instagram page. All right? Now, I hope you enjoyed those stories. If you have any questions, write them down below or ask me questions on Instagram. If you want to keep studying and learn more grammar, click on this link I'm going to put here, and then you can continue to watch. You'll see me different, my beard will be different, maybe a couple more hairs. Most important thing, you keep learning, okay? And by the way, I love long weekends. That's it for now. See ya.